Good morning, and it being Friday means it's messages from Spirit. And once again, I'll be using my cards, The Goddess Speaks, to guide us for messages for our higher good. As always, I ask you to choose either card number 1, 2, or 3. Then I will explain what the meaning of that card is for you. But don't go away because I put all 3 cards together to give a group message for all of us for the upcoming week. So if you're ready, make yourself comfortable. I will be showing you the cards twice. So if you want to kind of get your feel for all 3 cards, you can do that and then allow your intuition to guide you. And no, you don't get to see what the card is first. You use your intuition. What I do on my end, I ask that the cards be chosen for the higher good of all. And when I'm instructed to stop, I will, and draw the top card. So here's card number 1. And I do the same for the next one. Card number 2. And finally, card number 3. All right. So here we are again. Card number 1. What does that feel like to you? Card number 2. And card number 3. All right. So make yourself comfortable. Don't change your mind. Remember that when we get messages, this is for the upcoming week. So there may be something that's going to happen after today. It may not seem relevant to you at the moment, but jot it down, keep it stored in your mind, and it will help you along your journey over the next week. So those that chose card number 1 is the mother. She's nurturing, creative, and she's talking about sisterhood. So it's the importance of friends. Sisterhood doesn't necessarily mean a blood sister. A sisterhood is referring to a tribe, a group that you can be yourself with, that you can explore things with, be honest, that's supportive and helpful, to be part of that sort of place. So if you have even just one other person or 2 or 3 that you feel very comfortable with and you enjoy being with, this week is going to be the time for you to come together, to listen to one another, to support one another. You could be the one who needs that support right now, and maybe you've been wanting someone to talk to but have been putting it off. Well, you have that sisterhood, that support. For those of you who don't feel you have that, this is a week to reach out. When I mentioned about a tribe, maybe it's someone, a group that has similar interests in you. It's a time to go to that meditation class, or to go to the library that's having some kind of event with something you're interested in. It's being around others who have similar interests, and you can share the experience with, you can share the emotions with, and you have that time with. And you never know what new friends you may get from that group as well. And as I said, sisterhood does not mean that it has to be blood. I don't have a biological sisters, but I have what I call my soul sisters, and I know they're there if I need to talk to someone. We like to get together, and so it's that sort of thing, finding your sisterhood. All right, so that's important over this next week for you to do that. For those who chose card number 2, it is also the mother energy. So it seems like, I'll tell you now, 2 out of the 3 cards are mother. So to me, that is showing that mother energy, that giving birth, the creativity, that energy is going to be the strongest this week for all of us. but especially for the ones that chose this card, and it's about perspective. So what she's telling you is you may have to change your perspective on something. Things don't seem to be going right. Maybe you can't figure out an issue that you're working through. Sit back and objectively look at the situation. Change how you're looking at it. Maybe you've got to put yourself in someone else's shoes, so to speak, to understand where they're coming from, why things are going the way they are. And I have found in life, a lot of the times, that's why I call this life as a journey, detours included, is because it doesn't go on a straight and narrow path. There are detours. And it's on those detours that sometimes the greatest lessons can be learned. The opportunities present themselves, because it doesn't just hand everything to us in a pretty little box. Universe doesn't come knocking on your door and say, here's the plan all laid out for you. Spirit is there to help you if you ask them. And a lot of the times that help comes in opening your eyes and turning your head and looking a different way and seeing things in a different light. So perspective is important for you this week, is to, before you make any rash decisions, I feel some of you are at that point where you need to make a decision and you've been holding back, which is fine, but take that opportunity to look at all sides of things, look at all the different angles onto your situation, and then make your decision, because I feel the answer is coming from a different perspective, and once you change your view, then it'll become clear to you what it is you're supposed to be doing. Okay? All right, card number 3. We get the energetic and playful little maiden here. Trouble with the maiden, because she doesn't think about things sometimes. Jealousy and anger can be part of her trait as well. Be very careful this week. This works both ways. Be mindful of your emotions. This is a week to bite your tongue. Don't, the very first thing that you seem to want to do is react out of anger. It's a negative emotion that doesn't serve you well. It doesn't serve anyone else well. And ask yourself, is this really, am I angry? Is someone really doing something that's upsetting me so much? And remember that you are in control of how you act and react. You can't control the other person, what they say or do, but how you react to it. And be careful of and mindful of where that's coming from. Are you jealous of what they're doing and it's coming out as anger? And the other way, does someone seem to be a little put off with you? And then you may ask yourself, did I do something to upset them? And they maybe even tell you, no, you didn't. But maybe you're in a life situation that they're a bit jealous of. It could be that you're just seeming to have your life together and theirs is a mess. And people respond that way, unfortunately, when they're fearful of something. Grief is a big one, that when someone's going through grief and they don't know how to handle it, or they don't know how to handle a situation that's more on the negative side, they allow their anger to come through. It's almost like they're purposely looking for little things to be upset with. You can't stop that in someone else, but if you find that's happening with yourself, take that breath, step back, and let it go. Find positive avenues to put your energy into. Stop being upset with things you can't change. Why be jealous for someone? Why not be happy for them that they've found things in their life that are good for them? You are allowing negativity to rule your life, and you're the one doing it. Someone else can't make you unhappy. It's you allowing yourself to be that way. So be mindful of that this week, that you want to be in a positive place. So just be mindful that that may come in. All right, so what happens when we put all this mixed luncheon together? So remember, our first card was about sisterhood, the importance of being together with like minded people. Doesn't mean you agree on everything, the positive and negatives of being with that group, different perspective. And then we have anger and jealousy. So this is part of a, I'll give you this side first. What comes to me when I look at this is almost like a little bit of a warning, heads up, within your circle. There is going to be, not huge, but someone is going to seem a bit off. Watch it, it could be you, and it's rooted in jealousy. And it could be a matter of, I wish I was like them. I wish my life was going as smooth as theirs. And be very mindful that even though you don't mean any malice towards that person, it can come across that way as though you're angry and upset. You need to have a different perspective. Look at where that emotion is coming from. It's coming from here. It's yourself you're upset with. So you need to look at things differently and how you can make your path go the way you want it to. The very people that you can find yourself upset with, so to speak, are the very ones that can help you and that are there to be that, to be your support system. So be careful that you don't use your the feeling towards yourself, your own restlessness and discontent. Don't use that. Allow it to come out in a way that is disturbing to the very group that's there to support you and to help you. Instead, face that. Look at it in a different way and realize, this is me. This is me feeling this way about me. So I'm going to talk about it with my sisterhood. And just say, you know, I'm sorry if I seem a little bit down in the dumps right now. If I'm coming across, I'm not upset with any of you. I'm just not very happy with me right now. So let's do something fun. Help me to have a different outlook. And you are going to get that support when you approach it that way instead of trying to keep it all in. When you approach it in that way, you're going to feel the support, and suggestions that maybe you didn't think of yourself will come through. Can also work in that someone in your group doesn't seem like themselves. Don't push them too much, but just let them know that you're there for them, that if they want to talk, you're there for them. And you may get to understand once they start to talk to you, again, a different perspective. You understand that, oh, they're not just being out of sorts. They're not angry at me. There's XYZ going on in their life right now. And if I was them, I guess I would feel that way too. So then you can listen and you can help them to work through that so it doesn't evolve into anger within the circle. I hope that all makes sense to you and that you can use this information, these messages, to help guide you through your week. To be, basically, it comes down to being willing to share with that sisterhood. And if you're in that group, to be willing to share space, hold space for the others so that they have a release place, and just support one another. Remember, there's always more than one side to a story. And if you're working through things yourself, sometimes you do need to step back and talk to someone and listen. Doesn't mean you got to follow their advice, but listen to their observations of things, because a different perspective often helps us out. Have a wonderful week. Namaste.